Hello everyone. Today I'm going to teach you how to play the card game Big 2. So the first thing is you're going to need a normal deck of playing cards. Just the 52 suited cards in the deck. You don't need the jokers or you don't need any of the extra blank cards. Next, to play this game you should have 4 players. You can play with 3 players or even 2, but 4 is ideal because 52 is divided up by 4 equally amongst each players. So to start the game, you're going to be dealing the entire deck out to every player in the game. Now, before you start, you should know what the value of each card means. So, to begin with, the red diamond is the lowest valued card in the game. It is the weakest. Then you have the black club, which is the second weakest card in the game. Then shifting to the red heart, which is the second highest valued card in the game, meaning that the black spade is the highest valued card in the game. So to give you a reference, the lowest card in the deck would be the 3 of diamonds. The highest card in the deck then would be the 2 of spades, hence the name Big 2. So after you've dealt everyone their hands, what you're going to do is you're going to be moving to the left and each person's going to be playing a hand. Now to play these hands are going to be similar to poker hands. I'm going to change my camera here and we'll try it out to see how this game actually works. So let's try and play a game together. So the first thing to do is to deal out the cards to all players in the game. So for this game, we're going to be playing with 4 players. Now, I'm going to show you my hand just to make it easier so you can see how I'm playing these cards. So the first thing to do in this game is the person with the 3 of diamonds, which is the lowest card in the game, should play first. So since I have it, I would play it first. But the other thing you should remember is you need to get rid of all of your cards to win the game. So you can actually see here, I have another 3, meaning I have a pair of 3s. So to start this game, I'm actually going to play with a pair of 3s. Now, continuing on to the next person, they would play a pair of 4s for their next turn. That's their next pair that they had. Going to the next person, they would play their pair, and they have a pair of 7s. So you can see, you can skip the 5s and the 6s and go straight to the 7s because you're only playing with your single hand. The next hand here would then play their pair of jacks. The jacks beat the 7s. Now, coming back to my hand here, you can see I have some kings, 3 kings here, but I'm actually going to hold on to those ones because in the next round, I'm going to play a bigger hand. So I'm going to play the pair of aces. Now, looking at this hand here, if they can't beat the aces, they're going to say pass. This hand here and this hand here, they can't beat the aces either, so that means I would win this round and I get to start the next round of the game. So looking at my cards here, you can see I can play a big hand, meaning I can play a 5-card hand because I have 3 kings, but I also have 2 7s, which is a full house. So I would play my 3 kings and my 2 7s, and that would be starting the round off that way. Now, that means this person has to play a 5-card hand that is stronger than my full house. Looking at their cards, they can't beat my hand. Looking at the other hand here, they can't beat my full house either. And this hand here can't beat it either. So I would actually win this round as well. Now, the next thing we got to look at here is, you can see I don't have any pairs, I don't have any 5-card hands. So then I would play just a single card. I would play a single 8. Now to start off this round, that means you can only play single cards. So looking at this hand, I would look, what can they play? And I see that they have an 8 of spades. Now you're going to ask yourself, how can you play an 8 on an 8? Now remember, going back to the suits, the lowest suit was the diamonds, then it was the clubs, then the heart, and then the spade. Since the spade is stronger or higher than the club, you can play that and beat that card. So going on to the next round here, we can see that they can actually play a 9 of diamonds as a single card. This round here, they would play a 10 of hearts. Going back to my turn here, the 10 of clubs, I want to play this card, but I can't because remember, the 10 of hearts is stronger or higher than the 10 of clubs, meaning I can't play this card. I can still beat the 10 with my jack. What I can do is we look at my hand again here and we see the ace. I can't beat it with my 10, but I have a 2 here. Remember, 2s are the strongest, the highest cards in the game. So if I played this card here, that is the big 2. Remember, the 2 of spades is the highest card in the game. That would mean I'd win this round. So, with last thing left, I would play my 10 of clubs and I would win the game because I have no cards left over. Okay? So, the other thing you can do is, if you're still playing, you can still play to see who gets second, third, and last place. Looking at this round here, no one can beat it, so then we go off here. So then this team would start off first, okay? And they could play anything they wanted. So looking at their hands, they probably want to get rid of their weakest card. So say they play the 3, okay? You can kind of see the hang of it here. We're going back to single cards. Again, 3 of hearts, 3 of spades, stronger so they can play it. So now we can see that this player here played the pair of 9s and they're out, meaning that no one can beat them. So what we do here is they would go and the person to their left, being this card, would start. You can see here that this person still has a bunch of cards left and they only have 1. So the trick would be, I'll show you the card here, is you want to play your highest card, okay? So playing your highest card, because you want to try and make sure you beat this person here. So they would play their jack. Unfortunately, they have an ace, so they would win. So a question could be, what if I don't have 4 players to play with? You can still play with 3 players. So to show you how this works is you would deal your deck to each player, but with a 52 card deck, you would have 1 card left over. What you would do is you would ask who has the 3 of diamonds. Now this hand here, they have the 3 of diamonds, so they would get the extra card. You can continue to play the game like normal, there would just be 3 instead of 4 players. Another question would be, what if you only have 1 other person to play with? What you would do is you would still deal the deck out into 4 equal piles, and then you'd give 2 piles to one player and 2 to the other player. Then with this, you can choose which pile you want to start off with. So say I choose this pile to start off with, I put this pile off to the side. This person could say choose this pile they want to play with and put this one off to the side. Then you would play a normal game between the 2 of you using just these piles. Say, once these piles get to the end and they're done, then you take these piles and continue the same game just using a new deck of cards.